Panoorin po natin mga idol, ang naging laban ng Filipino-Japanese boxer na si Yuni Takada kontra sa Hapon na si Ryusei Matsumoto.
As you can see, that left hand being unloaded by Matsumoto as he shifts towards his right.
Chopping left at the ear.
Miguel, when you watch Ryusei Matsumoto, the way he unloads his punches, very calculative, very strategic. You know, what goes through your mind as you watch and analyze how he moves?
I was looking at the footwork. Matsumoto was playing it very well. He was walking just around the ring, trying to make sure he wasn't getting cornered, and was able to unleash that devastating left.
And the same strategy being deployed here by Matsumoto as he avoids contact and getting pinned by Takada. However, Takada seems to have more blood gushing out of his nose.
This could change the fight. Takada will become more... He'll be more desperate. She will be more aggressive.
It'll either double the aggression or he'll be tentative in throwing more punches because he doesn't want more blood to gush out that nose. Lunging body shot there by Takada. That nose is gonna be a problem, Paolo. That's gonna make things difficult for him to breathe.
And it becomes a target for Matsumoto.
Good counter punching here by Matsumoto. He'll definitely go for that nose. Right hook to the face. This is a good counter strategy here by Takada. Keep it close. If you need to clinch, you clinch. Inside that pocket, throw more uppercuts.
Which is exactly what he needs to do because Matsumoto does not like fighting in close quarters. He likes having that space to, choose his target, whether to go up or to go down.
And that's one of the reasons why he keeps on leaning on that right hand. He keeps on posting that right hand. Takada working on the inside. Good left hand there by Matsumoto. Now Takada has him against the ropes. Immediately goes for a jab and goes to the right is Matsumoto. Good counter left. Check hooks, swivels to the right. Beautiful right hand there and a hook by Takada. Good jab to the body and a straight to the head by Yuni Takada. Final 10 seconds of the round. End of the round. Takada's corner is gonna have to really control the bleeding on that nose as you're watching round highlights here.
When he throws that right, he leaves the right side of his face open for a counter by Matsumoto.
Round 7 scheduled for 12. WBA minimum weight championship on the line. More forward movement here by Takada. Miguel, what can you say about the fight in Yuri Takada? Bloodied nose, possibly broken, but he's still moving forward.
get through these rounds. I can see, even with all the bleeding coming out, he's just trying to fight this out.
And fighting out is indeed in the warrior blood of Yuni Takada as he keeps pushing forward. Still using that strategy. He wants Matsumoto against the ropes. However, Matsumoto's making it very difficult for him. Every time there's that gap, he swivels out to the right. Very good pivoting here by Matsumoto. Jab to the body by the champion. Good straight to the body. Next sequence will probably go upstairs.
No, that was a headbutt there because of how they...
I held my breath for a bit, Paolo. I was like, oh no. There was a sigh of relief for me, Paolo. Kasi we're like, okay, fifth round was the very, it was the cursive, you know, it was the curse round.
Exactly.
We're now in round 7.
A nice left by Matsumoto.
Still moving forward is Takada.
We might have spoken too soon, Coach, because there seems to be a cut on
Matsumoto.
On Takada as well.
I think it's on the right eye of Takada. Referee calls for a break.
On cue to check the
On
cut.
cue to check the cut.
ただいまレフェリーの要請により青コーナー高田ゆに選手の右目の上のカットの負傷状況を確認しております。なおこの負傷は
The ring physician is going to check
松
that
本
cut.
選手の有効なパンチによるものです。
Oh, it's a small one.
Yeah, it's a small one.
It's a
They'll
small
continue.
one. And we resume action. This is the 7th round, ladies and gentlemen. Takada scores on that previous sequence. Uppercut to the body is the answer by Matsumoto. Uppercut and a hook by Takada. Straight to the body is Matsumoto.
Another good left by Matsumoto.
Final 10 seconds of this round. Quick 1-2 there by Takada. End of the round. So far, the last 2 rounds have been a downstairs affair for Ryusei Matsumoto. He keeps on chopping down on the body of Takada. If he has an opportunity to throw a jab, he still throws to the body, goes for the head
ただいまの第5ラウ
occasionally.
ンド途中ドクター
As
チ
you
ェックが
watch
ござい
round
ました
highlights,
その際にお知
we're
らせし
still
まし
seeing
た
like 2,
青
3
コーナー高田ゆに
sequences
選
wherein
手の
he keeps
右目
attacking
の
the
上
body.
の負傷またこれ
And
に
like
加え
what
ま
you
して
mentioned,
鼻の上も
he
カットが
attacks
ご
the
ざいます
body and he swivels
いず
away
れの
from
負
it
傷もヒッティング
so he
松
doesn't
本
get
選
hit with
手
a
の有
counter.
効なパンチによるものです
Miguel, there seems to be another problem for the challenger. Bloodied nose, and then we have to deal with that cut on the right eye. How do you think, or what is going through Takada's mind right now?
He's just trying to keep
Warrior
his fight
through
alive.
this.
The blood is definitely a problem. It's just spelling out a big target for Matsumoto to hit on.
And we'll see what Matsumoto is gonna do with blood dripping down the nose and blood dripping down that right eyelid of Takada. Overhand left there from the challenger. Yuri Takada's definitely still on this fight. You know, he's still pushing forward. I like the level of aggression. He's keeping Matsumoto on his toes. Matsumoto still attacking the body. 2 uppercuts and a hook to the head.
Good exchange there.
Takada finding success pinning Matsumoto against the corner or against the ropes. However, he's not really able to unload anything. Matsumoto's just too quick for him. More body shots here by Matsumoto. Another left to the body by the champion. Now he goes upstairs. Good right hand there by Takada, however, it was intercepted by Matsumoto.
Good lead left.
Then another left hand to the head by the champion. More uppercuts to the midsection by the champion. Referee calls time. What are we seeing here?
I think the referee saw another headbutt.
I think the referee watched the previous fight. They didn't want another headbutt to finish this bout.
Well, as mentioned earlier, the fight before that as well against the Filipino, Domingo, was also stopped because of a headbutt.
Of a headbutt. More downstairs damage here by Matsumoto.
Nice combination there.
Very
by
good
Matsumoto.
right hook there by Takada. Left hook, I mean. Takada goes back to his jab. Very good strategy. Lure him in. Now that was a very good right hand by Takada. Last 10 seconds of the round. Ooh, sneaky uppercut there by Takada. Overhand right by the challenger is good. And he caps off that round on a high.
Now round 9.
This is round number 9, scheduled for 12, being brought to you by Premier Sports. And on the line, ladies and gentlemen, is the WBA Minimum Weight Championship.
The pace has slowed down a little bit, but the power between the two guys is just unbelievable. Good left by Matsumoto.
Good left to the body there by Takada.
Another good left by Matsumoto.
Good body exchanges here from both fighters. More or less din naman, Pao, like round 8 and round 9 is a good primer or like a semi-warm-up for fighters. Because the moment 10, 11, and 12 comes in, that's where they unleash everything. That's where they unload and empty the gas. Oh no.
This might have been from a punch though.
We have to check the replay.
ただいまの第9ラウンド、赤コーナー松本選手右目の上をカットしております。この負傷の状況確認です。
Oh no.
この負傷はアクシデンタルバッティング、偶然のバ
Accidental
ッティングによ
headbutt
るも
there.
のです。
Accidental clash of heads. As Takada was gonna throw that left hand to the body. And that's what you mentioned a while ago, Paulo. It's like the difference between the changing of levels and the ability of Takada to like really dive down, change level, and then head goes up. That's really prone for headbutts.
And if you notice how Takada likes to fight, he goes up, he goes down.
Goes down.
So he more than usual.
More often than not, it will happen indeed.
That was a good left by Matsumoto.
Matsumoto is feeling himself and unleashing with his hands. There's a little bit of urgency on the part of Matsumoto. She's throwing beautiful combinations, however, is also wincing on that right eye. Good counter uppercut to the body by Matsumoto.
And Takada is trying to take advantage of that. He smells blood.
Takada keeps pushing forward, trying to look for an opening. Very low stance here now by Matsumoto.
Good left by Takada. Good left by Matsumoto. That's why the heads are prone to being hit as well. If you notice how Matsumoto hits, after hitting, he will swivel, but he will come from the bottom. So when he comes back up, the head will usually clash.
Especially with Takada, who loves to lean forward with his head. Final 10 seconds of this round. Good sneaky hook to the face there by Takada. I mean Matsumoto. End of the round. Wow. Both fighters will now re-strategize, get further instructions.
Championship rounds coming up.
As you are watching round highlights here. Miguel, there's
The nosebleed and the cut. It hasn't bothered him ever since. Who wants it more, coach?
And this is going to be a pivotal round for both fighters, Paolo. I like the consistency of Takada here. He's always been the guy who's been pushing the pace. He's always moving forward. However, highly commendable is the counter punching of Matsumoto. He likes to throw that counter uppercut or a counter left hook, and then he pivots out on his right side.
He'll double up as well, as seen earlier.
Still light on his feet is the champion. Good jab and probing punches here by the challenger. Beautiful uppercut by Matsumoto. He's really waiting for Takada to lunge his head in, lean a little bit forward. That opens up for that uppercut on the midsection, or he throws that uppercut on the center line and catches Takada to the face.
Good lead left by Matsumoto.
He steps out on that right foot. Steps out on the right foot, unleashes the left hand.
Good sequence by Matsumoto.
Takada needs to keep up with the pace of Matsumoto. He can't be the one covering up.
There you go. I was just about to say, Takada abandoned his double jab and he just did it just a moment ago. He should continue that to control the movement of Matsumoto.
Good sneaky uppercut to the center line there by Matsumoto. Ooh, beautiful left hand there by Takada. That left hook has been working really well for Takada in this entire fight. Lead uppercut there, answered by an uppercut of his own, is Takada. Final 10 seconds of the round. End of the round. And that eye is not stopping with the bleeding. And then he needs to counter Matsumoto's offense and unleash his offense. So what's probably going through his mind right now?
Still such a good fight from him. That left hand from him just proving to be such a big asset for him.
I totally agree. That left hook is finding its target, and hopefully he utilizes that for the last two rounds. Three-punch combination here by Matsumoto. Follows up with the left hand. Right hand here by Takada. A lot of frame and punch being done here by Matsumoto. He's going to frame with that right hand. Takada lunges in, he's going to throw an uppercut. Lunges in, he's going to throw a left hook. Good counter here by Takada by throwing jabs. That's going to disrupt the pattern and the rhythm of Matsumoto.
Which is what you want. Once Matsumoto gets his rhythm, he'll just keep hitting, turning you, turning you.
And exactly what happened, Paulo. You know, Takada lunges in, he was welcomed with the left hook. Straight to the body there by Matsumoto. More jabs here by Takada. Takada's trying to go left side. Very good right hand by Takada.
Nice digging left there by Matsumoto.
2 uppercuts to the midsection. 3 uppercuts to the body by the champion. Make that 4.
He throws it from a weird angle where you don't know if it's going to go up or down, if you notice.
He times the way Takada is leaning forward. He's waiting for the back foot to move in, and that every time that back foot of Takada lunges in, for some weird reason, or it's definitely habit, Takada lunges in and then his head goes down. As his head goes down, the body tends to bend over, and that gives Matsumoto the range for the left hand. Very nice right hand there by Takada. Definitely got Matsumoto's attention.
He didn't expect that. He expected a jab. A little bit low.
That was a little low.
A little low there, but
that was 3 uppercuts to the midsection. Make that 4 by Matsumoto. And that's the end of the round. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching high level, elite level boxing brought to you by Premier Sports. And this is the WBA Minimum Weight Championship on the line. Miguel, your thoughts on the... This is the 12th and final round, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. In the words of my partner here, who wants it more? Who's going to empty the gas tank? Who is going to trade? And who's going to put everything on the line?
good left by Takada.
He's now taking action to the body. Now he's going to try to go for the body. Left hook to the face there by Matsumoto.
Good exchange.
Both fighters now, both fighters exchanging uppercuts to the body. Good left hook, a good right hook to the head by the champion.
Takada has to press the action. He cannot wait for Matsumoto.
To attack him.
I have him behind in the scorecards. He should take the action to Matsumoto.
Good uppercut to the body here by Matsumoto. More uppercuts to the center line from the champion. And you can hear the sense of urgency on the corner of Yuni Takada, Paolo. They're really pushing him. They're really telling him to push the action. Good straight to the body by Takada. Good forward movement here by Takada. However, it seems Matsumoto has fresher legs. Moving forward is the challenger. However, waiting for him with counter strikes is the champion.
Good two-punch combination.
Uppercut barrage there by Takada. However, answered with the left hook and the right hook there by the champion. Good counter punching here by Matsumoto.
Good right by Takada.
Another beautiful right hand. A right straight here by the challenger. Final 10 seconds of the fight. That was a very beautiful fight.
Not a bad way to start the day with a fight like this.
Both boxers brought their A game. Very good strategy. Good in-fight adjustments. They both finish 12 rounds of action, and now we'll leave it to the judges' scorecards to decide if Matsumoto retains the title, or did Takada do enough to get the WBA minimum weight championship tonight.
Scores about the same, 120 to 108. All three in favor of the winner. And still the undefeated WBA minimum weight champion of the world, Ryusei Matsumoto.